Hello Virgo, it's Lorene from Insight Readings with your 20 insights for the month. I know I haven't put it out for the last 2 months. Lockdown has been hectic for me as well, and I had to take a back seat. Not easy for me to do, but I was forced to do that, circumstances. But I'm with you now, dealt with everything, back, glad to be back, and as I love this. And I just want to say thank you for the support of the channel. Thank you for that like. It gives me inspiration that it's reaching you, that you enjoyed it. And it's just a thank you. It's a courtesy. So thank you for that as well. With that said, these are quite long readings. I'm not limiting them. I'm doing what Spirit is leading me to do. So I'm going to go straight into inviting Spirit in and ask, my Spirit guide, Source, Higher Self and God, please to be present, to give me clarity, understanding, and grace to bring the messages with discernment and integrity for Virgo for the month of 20. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so, sorry, I just wanted to see what was happening with candles there. Virgo, I just want to mention the eclipses that are coming to a close. They've been here for 18 months in Capricorn and in Cancer. Capricorn is about duties, responsibilities, endurance, sucking up the pain to get where you want to go. It's hard work, because Capricorn is a mountain goat that climbs up. He climbs up the mountain. Is the sea goat, actually. So he comes out of this watery realm to climb up a dry, hard mountain to get to the top. So it's about achievement and responsibility. And Cancer, on the other end of the spectrum, is a water sign. And Cancer is about self-preservation, self-protection, nurturing. Cancer's got that crusty shell, so protecting themselves, protecting the environment, nurturing themselves, because they're soft in the inside. But Cancer comes when they look at something, or when you look at the crab and the behavior of a crab, it'll step backwards first. They're not really confrontational. So they step backwards first and then step to the side, trying to skirt around it while they go inwards into their little hole that they dig in the sand. So that's where your north node is, where you have to go inwards, but you're skirting it. You don't want to do what you need to do, what this lesson is for the eclipses for you. And that's your north node, Cancer, the house that you need to be looking at, your 11th house. Because you're so focused on the Capricorn house, your south node. The south node is about your past, what you're familiar with, what you feel happy with, what you don't want to move away from. Because it's the nodes of the moon, and the moon is about fated events. It's your fate and fortune here on earth. And the south node is what you're familiar with. So it is in your 5th house. So the 5th house is the house of fun. It's the fun house, romance, children, entrepreneurship, using your mind. But with the sign of Capricorn being there and all the planets we have there, it's almost lopsided for everyone in different houses. But for you, Virgo, there's so many planets there forcing a change or bringing about a change with regards to these topics in your life. Maybe you are getting lost in, because it's the house of gambling. In gambling, I don't know if you can online. Maybe one does now that we're in lockdown. Or with TV games. Or with children and responsibilities as a duty. Or with pets, because that 5th house could be dealing possibly with it. So it's a responsibility of it. And you put all your attention to that, to the point that it almost like enslaves you, because you want to just do it out of duty and drudgery. That's the darker side of Capricorn. And the eclipses are saying you need to focus on the north node, and the north node is your 11th house. Now the 11th house is about other people, your social realm, because it's your acquaintances. It's about your dreams and your desires, the long-term ones, not the current ones where you're getting satisfaction and pleasure, but they don't last. It's about a long-term planning. And yes, Virgo is very strategic and mental when it comes to planning, and critical about the planning, but it's time to do this for the future. Long-term desires, goals for your wealth, networking, working with groups of people, reaching out to acquaintances, and receiving healing through cancer, that softness and nurturing in that sense from a different avenue, instead of just being in the realm of self and family and romance. And there's nothing wrong with that, but too much of a thing is too much, and with the planets there needs to be change. So this is the energies you are dealing with the eclipses, and we have the new eclipses where it changes out of earth and water into air and fire. Huge big change, easier to work with, especially being an air sign as well. An earthy sign. You are earth, and the negative side of Capricorn, I was mentioning now, is being too much duty orientated in that fifth house sector of yours. So too much of a good thing isn't a good thing. And to put your focus on long-term desires, even if it's just a month ahead. We don't know where we're going with lockdown, but that planning will bring you peace and healing, because that's where your north node is. That's where you need to focus, and it's not easy to do that with where the planets are, but that is where the healing is. So I'm going to just reach out here. I made these little cards when I was having a tough time in teen, and I'm just going to pull one out while I look at you just randomly, and let's see what Spirit has to say for you. And it says, trust yourself. Trust myself. You can see the card there. We have the cat there, using your own instincts. Now, the fifth house is also about that. It's good fortune, the fifth house, but in moderation. Use your critical wits there. And then focus on that 10th house of good spirit to get that spirit healing, the softness you need. Follow the stars. There's stars on that card. Follow the stars to get the little butterfly on the top for renewal. Trust in yourself. You will do this. You know what to do. And it will come about. Beautiful message. And when I was having a tough time, I had to learn to trust in myself, trust in gut instincts, trust that my choices were right. And even if they weren't right, you pick up and you just move on again. You try and you try and you try. And you will get there. So I wanted to ask Spirit, what the deck here is by Louise Hay, and it's I Can Do It cards. What can Virgo do? What is Virgo's focus? What can they do with regards to bringing health and healing in the realm that they need to focus in, that 11th house, that social side with acquaintances and friends. And yes, love is powerful. Your love and my love. Love brings peace on earth. And that's just beautiful. It reads right into it. Show love not just to the immediate gratifications of pleasure, love, romance, children, whatever it is, gambling, playing games on the internet, whatever it is. Show love to the 11th house. It brings peace on earth and to you. And it says love is all there is. Love is all there is. Really beautiful. So trust in yourself, because love is all there is. It will heal the earth, and the earth will heal you. So let's just get one last oracle card here. Spirit, what is the message for Virgo for 20? Thank you. What is the message for Virgo 20? And it is holly. It cannot reverse, so we'll read it as such. And it says here, be a spiritual warrior. Now, isn't that amazing? Beautiful. We see snow here and we see holly. So snow is where the snow is falling. That's Capricorn. In the north, it's their winter season. So it's cold and there's change and when things go dormant. But the holly doesn't. The holly comes out, and the holly, with its thorniness, perseveres and bears its fruit. So a beautiful card. It is in reverse. So I'm going to read it in reverse. I'm just going to turn this camera down so that we can see the cards for the throw. So there we have holly. Okay. Let's just see how that resonates. Oh, it's under trees. Holly's a little tree. 101, I thought it would be flowers. So I've learned something here. I suppose it is a little bush. Okay, so holly. So be a spiritual warrior. So in reverse it says the reverse message with holly is usually very clear. It centers on issues of protection, and the crab is protection. Cancer, protection, and asserting the energies necessary for protection. You know, if you reach out to your social circle and not just the inner circle, you might get the love that you're looking for. So you are probably being entirely too passive in some situations right now. You are not being clear about what you are involved in. You need to be more assertive, or others will continue to take advantage of you or those around you. Protect your endeavors, your ideas, and your creative energies. Issues of strength, of will are at play. Too much or too little, etc. And that's exactly what we were speaking about. So even if you're doing a hobby in the 5th house, that creative energy, and you're putting too much time in that and neglecting your friends or your social circle, your healing, you can't run away from what is happening in the world. Getting a better perspective, possibly from somebody else, another view, will bring you that peace and harmony, and you realize you're not alone in this. We're all in it together. So let's do our past, present, future, 3 cards, or we can do it for whichever resonates for you. The first week of May, the middle part of May, and then the end of May. So thank you, Spirit, for the message for Virgo and what they will be dealing with in the month of 20. Beautiful. Well done, Virgo. Okay. And our last one. Okay. So we start with Virgo with the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that doesn't serve you emotionally. Having the courage to walk away from something that is not filling your desires. Because the desires are the emotions. And having that courage to actually climb up that mountain, turn your back on it, and take your staff, lean on someone, and walk away from it. The 8 is also about it's a karmic number because it's infinity. So dealing with your past and dealing with the future, that's working. It's working together to create your future. Then we move to the middle of the month or current situation, and we have the 5 of Swords. 5 is always about challenges and challenges that you're facing. Swords is energy that is difficult to navigate. It could be conflicts. A sword is about analytical energy, spoken words, written words, communication. But it's difficult because there's conflict. And we see that one person is walking away with their head hanging in shame because there's a victory here. But you think to yourself, is this actually worth it? Was it worth it at the expense of something else? So some emotions being sacrificed here to have maybe a mental victory, maybe to games or Facebook or whatever it is. I'm not pointing fingers. We all have. This is just what Spirit is bringing to me. Whatever it is, you wonder if it was actually worth it. If it actually if the ends don't justify the means, even though you're the victor. And we see this. Do you see the eagle there chasing that tiny little bird there? When he catches that bird, does it fill him? Is it worth it? Then we move on to the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords towards the end of the month, or the future of end of the month of May. The 2 of Swords is about feeling vulnerable. We see that she's naked there. She just has that cloak. But she has the passion, that cloak is red, to use some analytical ability, those swords, some logical thought to get clarity. Although she's very scared, she has a blindfold on. And there's a forest in front of her. It's dark, it's deep. She doesn't know what's ahead. And she's protecting her heart because her arms are crossed across her heart. There's something emotional that she's hiding or walking away from. And just working on logic, maybe focusing too much on something that is analytical, and Virgo is being maybe a little bit too critical about what is happening and not focusing on the emotions, your healing. And the 2 is about a choice you need to make. And the choice is to use your intuition to make this choice, to get through this dark forest that is there for you, and feeling extremely vulnerable through it as well. But you have the passion. So I just want more clarity, Spirit. 1 card each for Virgo. For the 8 of Cups, what is Virgo turning their back on? What do you need to walk away from, or what have you walked away from? That was emotionally very fulfilling, but you realize that you had to have the courage to look for something. There's something missing. And you get the Moon card. So the Moon card is about you had to face an emotional fear, because the Moon is about what is reflected. It's not like the sun that puts it there. It reflects energies. So you don't know the whole story. There's something secret. And facing your fears here with the Moon is about stepping out of this emotional deep sea. We see the sea there. And it's emotions that are so deep and so dark. There's a dark cloak there. And seeing what is ahead. We have these 2 towers here, and in front of one tower is a wolf and the other side is a dog, and facing that fear and wondering if the wolf is just going to howl or if he's going to bite. Is there truth in all of this? Is there something hidden? Are you only seeing a reflection or part of something? And making a choice to face those fears, like the crab coming out here, coming out to find protection and to nurture themselves, to see what is going on behind the scenes and not to skirt around it or get lost in something else that isn't worth it, that isn't bringing emotional peace, because that's emotional peace, because now you're all in your head. It's analytical there and speaking. Swords can also be negative energy, although it's clarity, but it can be, it's conflict in a sense, especially with the 5. And the 5 of Swords is, yes, 4 of Pentacles, something that you're locked up in, that you're pausing at, because this 4 is pausing, that you're deeply invested in an earthy way. It is your earthy energy, deeply invested in it, but you're locking your treasures in a chest, or have you got that key in your hand to unlock the treasures and to see what the practical part of all of this is, what the reality is, what is tangible, what has longevity. Because in the background, in the distance, even though you feel like you only have these few treasures that you have to hang on to, there's a huge big castle. There is something there. There's something with abundance there. And you can unlock this. You can unlock this investment and earth yourself with more practicality and maybe investment, maybe to invest in something other than wasting time and energy on things that are not serving your greater purpose in life. Something more practical, the key to that, something that has value. And then the 2 of Swords. What is the 2 of Swords for Virgo? The 2 of Swords. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles is about exactly that, the negotiating, chatting, collaborating in a more practical manner. With bright, we see flowers here, she paints on the window. With skillful people, with maybe your acquaintances, your work buddies, your teams, your social groups. And that will make you feel more at ease and more earthed, and bring back the art and the beauty. And that's the choice that needs to be made here, is to be more practical and to connect, because the 2 of where to go becomes a 3. You get your practical answer and you connect with your social circle rather than the inner circle only. Yes, we need the inner circle, we absolutely do, but there's got to be a balance. There has to be a balance. And this might only resonate for one person or for no one, but this is the message that Spirit is giving me. I never point fingers. I have no judgments. I trust in myself. And Virgo, you need to trust in yourself that you are being guided, and be critical about this message, that there's something here for you, that love is powerful. You need it. And your love and love brings peace on earth, and love is all there is. So I'm going to close this reading with a numerology card and ask Spirit, what is the last message for Virgo with regards to this reading for whoever this reaches. And we are all on this journey. It's incredibly difficult. We all have planets that are lopsided in one side that we need to let go of in different areas or topics of our life. That is our life. And we have nature. 4. One is about decisions and choices that are sacred, that you need to make, that have significance, and to have the courage to do it. And the 4 is about being balanced, earthed, building that structure. And the 2 together is 9. 7 is a master number, so something you have to master and are extremely difficult. So something has to be mastered here within a choice, because 1 and 1 is 2. So you have to master something within a choice. And nature gives you that answer. So let's see how that resonates for you. 4, and it says, yeah, this card indicates a need to spend quality time in nature. And I know we're in lockdown, but it doesn't mean that you can't go for a walk. We're allowed to now in the mornings. You have a garden. And if you don't have a garden and you can't go for a walk and you're in an apartment or a flat or something like that, or there's a difficulty to do it, plants in the home, pets, animals, something like that, nature, more wild animals, not something that you have to keep on nurturing. You need to walk away from that and go to nurturing yourself. This card indicates a need to spend quality time in nature. Nature has the ability to heal and replenish you when you're feeling tired, anxious, and depressed. And you know, plants grow in earth, and you are earth. Even a minute walk outside will help revitalize, balance, and ground you. Surely you can run up and down stairs, in your home if you can't get out. When you merge your energy with Mother Earth, you enhance your connection to the divine. Perhaps you've been spending too much time inside or around computers and electrical devices. How amazing is that? That is the message that Spirit was bringing out here. Thank you, Spirit. So whoever this has touched, even if it's one individual, this has been for you. Maybe you're feeling stressed, indecisive, or confused. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to improve your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being by walking along a beach, which I know we're not allowed to do, or in a garden or a park. We're not allowed the park, but the garden you can do. Hiking through the forest we can't do. And if you're on a farm and you can do this, enjoy it. Bush, mountains, or desert, do what we can do. Swimming in the ocean, river, lake, or stream. And I know that those things are not available to us now. But do the best that you can with what you have. Taking a trip to the wilderness or countryside, going camping or horseback riding, gardening, or having a picnic, lying in the sun, that's a possibility. Lying in the sun. And they say the first early morning rays of the sun, if you can let it shine on your back, your spine, just the early morning rays for 15 minutes, you get so much energy, healing energy as well. Lying in the sun, walking in the rain, or playing in the snow, or reading under a tree. Those are all things that you could look at, and in order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust you and to harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to spend time in the outdoors. When you align yourself with Mother Nature, you align yourself with Source. And this is a very powerful way to raise your vibration. The affirmation is, I spend time in nature and align myself with Source. So there we have it, Virgo. It's a very long reading, but as I said, I'm going to go with Spirit. If this is you and this resonates with you, do whatever you can in the circumstances that we are in now. Use that critical mentality of yours. Think of something. You have that mind power of how you can connect with nature and release yourself from what is bogging you down to get that healing and that nurturing of self through nature. So a lot of love to you. I wish you all the best while we're still in this lockdown, and hope to see you or speak to you or connect with you in the next month again. Thank you, Virgo.